Hello everyone, welcome to Cyberscoop TV. I am Greg Otto, your managing editor. We're coming to you from the 2018 RSA conference inside of an Airstream, brought to you by Matt Watchinski, Senior Director at Talos. Matt, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
So, when it comes to enterprises, it's always all about the endpoint, and we're seeing employees at enterprises just bring in tons and tons of more devices, which means tons and tons of more threat space. So, talk to me about how enterprises can sort of wrap their heads around, the IoT conundrum as users just keep bringing in more and more devices.
I think the biggest problem with IoT is we've expanded that definition into roughly anything you can bring into the enterprise. So you bring a watch into the enterprise, you bring your phone into the enterprise, you bring an internet connected, picture frame into the enterprise. All of these things are IoT. And so what we need to look at is how we find these devices on the network.
Okay.
How we get visibility into what's going on there. And there are a number of different ways to do that. So detection of the devices through things like some of the new enterprise standards like MUD,
okay,
where we actually define what those devices look like. And then you're able to detect them on the internet. So when somebody goes in and screws in that interconnected light bulb in their office, then you actually know that it's there. And a lot of these things bring in new threat vectors,
right,
like you said. And so if you don't know they're there, then you actually can't do protections around them.
So how are you seeing endpoint products evolve in order to combat this? Because, again, all we hear about is how the endpoint is really the linchpin when it comes to security of really the enterprise. So this has got to be a new challenge for SOCs and security people that are working inside enterprises.
So I think a lot of the things that you're seeing on the endpoint is migration to new platforms. You have new Linux endpoints. You have like Cisco's Clarity that's coming out on Apple devices, and so that you can actually start to protect those devices and see new and interesting things that are happening there. And we also have our Android protections on the AMP side of the house. But really, at the end of the day, a lot of these things, you're never going to install an endpoint agent on. So it's really about visibility into that network and being able to understand where those devices are, what they're doing, who they're talking to, and how we're actually going to understand what they're doing and what's expected behavior, and then what's unexpected behavior. So when it starts talking to someplace weird, we can do something interesting about it and be able to alert administrators too.
So is visibility really the linchpin here? Because I think about workers all the time. I'm going to want to be able to work the way that I want to work, and I'm not always thinking about cybersecurity the way a networks operations engineer or a security engineer would be thinking about it. So is there anything else besides visibility that you can think about in terms of letting your employees work the way that they want to work, but keeping your enterprise secure?
Yeah, there's visibility first, be able to understand what's going on there, but then there's policy.
Okay.
Right? And so a lot of that policy should be not in the way of what users are up to.
Okay.
It should allow them to do their job, but it should be easy to administrate, easy to understand. And so you'll see that with like DNA Center that's out now.
Okay.
It's easy to create micro-segmentation. It's very easy to create these complex policies that say, Bob can only talk to Ashley, and these devices can only do these very specific things on my network, and that's with a short click of a button. And so an administrator can go in and he can say, all iPhones are only allowed to do this on my network, and outside of that, you need to bring it to my attention. They should not be doing those types of things.
Great. Matt, appreciate you stopping by in the Airstream, inviting me into the Airstream, and talking about this a little bit with us today.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you very much for having me.
For all of our videos, check out our YouTube channel, and for more things on endpoint security, IoT, and all other things cybersecurity, check out cyberscoop.com. I'm Greg Otto. Thanks for watching.